Hello students, welcome to the new lecture session. Myself, Shankhu Ghosh, Assistant Professor of Automobile Engineering Department at Dr. Sudhir Chandra Sur Degree Engineering College under the JIS group. Today we'll continue the topic that is comparison between automobile and earth moving machine, which is taken from the module number 1, name of earth moving equipments. This topic is taken from the subject of earth moving equipments and farm machinery. This is the diploma third year 5th sem students subjects. Before starting the today's class, we just recall the topics of this topic which is already covered. Those are traveling speed of automobile and the heavy equipments, which is already covered in the previous classes. Power output and power variation with the torque variation. Power variation with the speed of the vehicle. Torque variation during working of the heavy earth moving machineries. Tractive effort and the resistance of the motion of the vehicle, and operative condition. So these are the already discussed on the previous classes, and we also covered two numerical regarding the power requirement, speed requirement, and the gear ratio related. Now today we'll continue the topic that is the comparison between automobile and the heavy earth moving machines. So students, let's start the today's class. The topic is operative controls. It is necessary that the operators of automobile it is necessary that the operators of automobile and the heavy equipment should exert control over their movement. So it is important that the operator, the automobile and the heavy equipments also should exert control over their movements. The specific areas of the operators of automobile to exert controls are: number 1, acceleration and deceleration of speed of the vehicle by the accelerator pedal. So acceleration and deceleration of the speed of the vehicle by the accelerator pedal. And this is control on the speed. So by pressing the accelerator pedal, the vehicle can accelerate it, and releasing the accelerator pedal deaccelerated the vehicle speed of the vehicle. So in this way, the operator of automobile control the speed of the vehicle. Number 2, control on traction by disengagement of clutch through the clutch pedal and engagement of appropriate gear ratio by the gear lever. So to control the traction, operator at first disengaged the clutch through the press the clutch pedal, and with this disengaging the clutch, they have to be change the gear ratio, change the gear ratio with the help of the gear lever to get a appropriate gear ratio to control the traction. Number 3, to exert directional control. To exert directional control on movement by applying steering through the steering wheels. So if operator direct the vehicle when it is running, it is turn in right or left or it go straight, which is totally controlled by the steering wheel. Number 4, to stop the vehicle in emergency by applying brake to the brake pedal. So operator of the automobile, if find the vehicle needs to stop in emergency cases, so then apply the brake through the pressing of the brake pedal. And if they want to slow down the vehicle, they have to also press the brake, use the brake to pressing the brake pedal. So for stopping or slow down in the vehicle, they are applying brake throughout the pressing of the brake pedal. Number 5 is to make alert the passersby obstruction on roads and the other moving vehicles by applying the signaling devices. So when a vehicle turn right, then you have to be use the right indicator. When the vehicle is turn left, then he has to be use the left indicator. And when the vehicle is in emergency, then they have to indicate the all indicate light the indicate the, on the all indicator. So in the various in the signaling line devices or the signaling way, the passengers, the operator has to be alert the passers during the when it is moving on the roads or the obstruction on roads or the moving the vehicles. So the operators automotive vehicle should always be alert. So the operator of the automotive vehicle always be alert, sensitive and judicious to carry on his assignment. So this is this responsibility which increases when he or she, and this responsibility will be increases when he or she is en route to a population or overcrowded road. Now coming to the heavy equipment. The heavy equipments have different control mechanism. The heavy equipments have the different control mechanism as in automobile. In addition to some other controls on crowding, digging, hosting, swinging, dumping with the usual walking movement. So in addition, so in case of heavy equipment, though are different, have the different control mechanism compared to the automobile, those are it has to some control. It has to control the on the crowding, on crowding, digging, hosting, swinging, and the dumping with the usual walking movement. And the walking movement has the similar control like automobile. The walking movement means to moving the vehicle from one place to another place. That is the walking movement, which is similar to the automobile for the heavy equipment. The steering mechanism of crawler mount tractor slightly differs. steering mechanism of the collar is slightly differ in case of heavy equipments compared to the automobiles. There is a restriction that the walking and swinging should not be done at a time. So when it's moving, the heavy equipment moving from one place to another place, during that time they cannot swing from forward to backward, they cannot swim. So this one the restriction in case of the heavy equipment. So the control for the crowding and digging, hosting, swinging and the dumping, these are having the separate brake and the clutch system. So those are totally controlled different way. And the operation of clutch and brake ensure their control. So the operation of clutch and brake are ensuring their control. The different safety measures and the preventions are also observed by the operator of the heavy equipment. Therefore, the job of the operator of heavy equipment are more responsible. Therefore, the job of the operator of the heavy equipment are more responsible, which is compared to that of the automobile. The application of the modern technology through the electronics and the mechatronics is trying to make control mechanism simpler and easier. Next is steering. Mechanical linkage type steering of automotive vehicle. Mechanical linkage type steering of automotive vehicles are now going to be replaced by the power steering and through the hydraulic or the electrical drive. So mechanical linkage. So students, mechanical linkage type the steering of in case of automotive vehicle are now going to be totally replaced by power steering throughout the hydraulic or the electrical drives. So four-wheel steering on automotive vehicle is an emerging concept. So these are for the automotive vehicle. Now coming to the heavy equipment. Heavy equipments can be wheel or crawler mounted. Heavy equipments can be wheel or crawler mounted for the heavy equipments can be wheel or crawler mounted for wheel mounted heavy equipment. The same steering system as in automobile is applied. If it is power steering or power assist steering nowadays. So in collar mounted heavy equipment, the steering is working with differential rotation. In collar mounted heavy equipment, the steering is working with differential rotation of the driving sprockets and fitted on the rear driving axle. These differential rotations are regulated by the clutch and the brake, and the application of the clutch and brake are done by the power assist system. So students, in case of the heavy equipments which can be wheel or the crawler mounted for the wheel mounted heavy equipment, the same type of steering system used as in the automobile is applied. If it is power steering or it may be power assist steering. The collar mounted heavy equipment, in the collar mounted heavy equipment, the steering is working with the differential rotation of the driving sprocket, which is fitted on the rear driving axle, and these differential rotations are regulated by the clutch and the brake, and the application of the clutch and the application of this clutch and brake are done by the power assist system. Now coming to the suspension. The objective of suspension system is to transfer the load of the vehicle to the wheel. The objective of the suspension system is to transfer the load of the vehicle to the wheel, or crawler mounting, absorbing the shocks and the vibration which is generated during the movement. So these are the main objective of the suspension system. Number one is to transfer the load of the vehicle to the wheel, and second one is absorbing the shocks and the vibration which is generated during the movement. So these are the main objectives of the suspension system. The rational changes have been taken place in the suspension system of automobile, improving the comforts of the passengers and limiting the wear and tear of superstructure from impact load. The transitions are from spring, torsion bar, air suspension to hydrogas interconnected suspension. These are the used as a suspension. Such innovation in absolute term are not possible. Such innovation in the absolute term are not possible for the heavy equipment due to their load, operation and working condition characteristics. So they are either using conventional suspension or a suitable fix of them. The damper uses up to 25-ton capacity and uses semi-elliptical spring. But the Hall Peg model having the higher capacity uses the suspension cylinder spring, which is using the compressed nitrogen gas in cylinder as a suspension. One end of the suspension cylinder is connected with the chassis frame, and other end with the wheels. So this is somewhat like the shock absorber used in automobile with the higher load and the damping quality. So for the damper which is up to 25-ton capacity, we use the semi-elliptical springs. In case of Hall Peg model, we use the compressed nitrogen gas in cylinder, where one side of this cylinder is connected with the frame and another side is connected with the wheels. The collar mounted heavy equipment. The collar mounted heavy equipment uses the chassis frame structure. The collar mounted heavy equipment uses the chassis frame structure, which provides basic support to the superstructure and under the carriage unit. The members of the structure are made hollow from the steel plate by the fabrication. So here, so students, the collar mounted heavy equipment uses the chassis frame structure. Uses chassis frame structure, which provide the basic support to the superstructure and the undercarriage unit. And the member of the structures are made of hollow from steel plate by the fabrication. So these are the strong enough with the good damping quality. So these are the quite good enough for the damping quality. So within this frame structure, an equalizer bar is set is longitudinal. An equalizer bar is set in longitudinal direction of the frame, which is pivoted on the central cross member. So the equalizer bar divides the load of the front portion of the machine equally on the track frame, acting as an important suspension member. The rubber pads are set on suitable points of the frame to absorb the variation and the shocks. After the suspension, now coming to the clutch. The clutch unit in automobile normally remains engaged with the engine flywheel and the gearbox transmission. The clutch unit in case of the automobile, which is normally engaged with the engine flywheel and the gearbox transmission. When the operator of the automobile press the clutch pedal, that time clutch is disengaged from the flywheel. So it is disengaging during the changing of the gear. So the single plate dry friction clutches. So the single plate dry friction clutches are now modified and changed to oil cooled multiple friction clutches, which is power assisted clutches and the fluid flywheels. For operation of heavy equipment, the clutch is not only used for operation of heavy equipment, the clutch is not only used in between the engine and the transmission, but it also in other ancillaries, for disconnection from the power drive unit. Number 1, driving sprocket in collar driver. drive for connection and disconnection with the driving axle for the differential rotation of driving sprockets for the steering action. Crowding, hosting, swinging and dumping actions to release and engage to power drives. So basically clutch in case of automobile, which is all time engaged with the flywheel and the gearbox transmission, it is disengaged during the gear changing operation, which is occurs when the operator of the automobile pressing the clutch pedal. And in the previous normally the single plate drive friction clutches are used, but nowadays a multiple oil cooled friction clutches are used, and the power assist clutches and the power assisted clutches and the flywheel and the flywheel. For this is the automobile case. In case of the heavy equipments, the clutch is not only used in the between the engine and the transmission. The clutch is not only used for the in between the engine and the transmission, but it also the use of in the various ancillaries for disconnection from the power driven unit. Those are in between them. The number one is driving sprocket in collar drive. Driving sprocket in the collar drive for connection and the disconnection with the driving axle for differential rotation for differential rotation of the driving sprocket for the steering action. And number two is crowding, hosting, swinging and the dumping action to release and the engage to power drive. So for this purpose, for these two purposes or ancillary purposes, the clutch is used in case of heavy equipments. Now next is coming to the brakes. The brake system of automobile. The brake systems of automobile are now modified from mechanical and hydraulic brakes to disc, servo and the power brakes. So these service brakes of the vehicles are these service brakes are of the vehicles. These service brakes of these vehicles are accompanied with the parking and the emergency brake. In power brake, the operator needs no effort to apply the brake. So in case of automobile, the operator, when it required to stop the vehicle or slow down the vehicle, they use the brake by pressing the brake pedal. Previously, the mechanical and the hydraulic linkage of the brakes are used, but nowadays it is modified to the disc, servo and the power brakes. And the service brakes of this vehicle and the service brake of the vehicles are accompanied within the parking and the emergency brakes. In power brakes, the operator needs in power brakes the operator in power brake the operator needs no effort to apply the brake. But in case of heavy equipment, brakes are necessary to control the working movement and also movement of the ancillary units. Those are crowding, excavating, hosting, swinging and dumping points where clutches are working. So for this purpose the heavy equipment uses pneumatic or power assist servo brake. So students, here in case of the heavy equipment, brakes are used similar to the automobile, and besides this they also use the brake for various movement of the ancillary units. Those are crowding, excavating, hosting, swinging, dumping. So for this purpose they also use the brake where clutches are working. So heavy equipments uses a pneumatic or the power assist servo brake. They uses power assist servo. So students, today in this class we will cover the of comparis, comparison in between the general automobile and the earth moving machines on these points, like such as operative controls, steering system, suspension system, clutch systems, and the braking system. On the next class we will discuss the rest of this portion. So till then, stay at home and stay safe. Thank you. Thank you so much, students.